I'd like to bring this meeting to order with a brief prayer of thanks to our Savior. Our Batman, who art in Gotham, cowled be thy mane. Now, y'all know Kev Smith's a big old fat man, but did you know his favorite hero is Batman, the Dark Knight who punches dirty turkeys in the face? That's right, Cape Crusader. Punch all those turkeys. Punch them in their turkey necks. So once a week now, this no-fly list fatty's gonna put the food down and get chatty about Batty, and this turkey gets wordy about Gotham like it's a real place. He ain't got time for his wife or daughter. This Catwoman's losing, Batman ain't caught her. Go get her, Cape Crusader. You want a pussy hunt now? Ha ha! Get ready, turkeys. We gon' bat shit. Babbling about the bat with old Kevin Smith. Now here's the fat man who loves Batman himself, Fat Kev Smith. Get on out here, turkey. Welcome to Fat Man on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith. Okay, man, a couple weeks ago, sat down with a Batman fan that told us one of the most touching stories about a mom-made Mego-sized bat cave. Brought a tear to my eye. That's right, we're talking about my Hollywood babble-on pal, Ralph Garman. Now, during that show, as Ralph revealed what an uber Batman fan he was, we also learned that he hadn't seen Dark Knight Rises yet. I had, of course, and did like the two-part podcast episode where that started on Fat Man and went to Smodcast as well, where I talked about the movie at great lengths, effusively, in tears. I understand tonight we're going to hear tears and feel tears of a different ilk altogether, not tears of joy for like, I'm okay with Batman dying, but more tears of like
tears of rage.
Yeah, oh, the fucking rage. I hear it in the comments you made. You made a few comments on babble-on.
I did. I said a few things on my radio show in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ralph Garman. Welcome
Hello,
back,
boys and girls.
Ralph Garman.
Thank you so much.
Now, Ralph and I, of course, do Hollywood Babble-on together, which, if you've never heard, how dare you? Shame on you. You could see us almost every week up at the John Lovitz Podcast Theater, up at Universal City Walk, usually on a Saturday night. It's a fun show where we bite the hand that feeds and make fun of the entertainment business and whatnot. And we talk about movies like crazy. We've been talking about Dark Knight for a long time coming because, as you heard in the previous episode, Ralph is as big a fan of Batman as I am, if not bigger. So he's finally seen the picture.
Yes. Let's start at the whole trilogy. And again, big fan of Christopher Nolan. Liked the first one a lot. Loved Dark Knight. The second one, we all know, just a work of genius. Heath Ledger's performance, the whole 9 yards. It was a classic Batman Joker story. I mean, just really took it to another level. So I went into this with some trepidations, thinking, well, it's going to be hard for them to match that. Then I saw this thing, and I will refer to it as this thing from now on. Here's the thing. If you look at the trilogy, Batman, he becomes Batman in the first one, right?
Right.
He puts on the suit. He deals with Ra's al Ghul, who's trying to destroy Gotham City. And at the end of that film, he's given the Joker's calling card, right? From Jim Gordon on the website.
Right.
We got a problem with this guy. He keeps leaving these behind.
I'll look
right?
into it.
So the second one, boom, Joker's there, okay? So basically, he's taken on like two villains. He's been Batman twice, as far as we can tell. Both times only when Gotham City's in danger of being leveled.
Right.
He only really puts the cape on when there's a problem with the city being razed to the ground. That's when he steps
It's not like the comics where he's like, every night I'm on a roof.
How about a mugger?
Yes.
You know, how about stopping a mugger?
Chain snatcher?
Maybe there's a rapist out there somewhere you might want to scare the shit out of.
No, he's like, I look for people that take clean energy and turn it into dirty energy.
A bomb, then you're in trouble. Batman doesn't like bombs.
Let me get my outfit.
So he's been Batman twice, as far as we can tell. Start the third movie, he's taken 8 years off from being Batman. And this legend looms so large in Gotham City. He's been like in the Cape twice, but everyone's talking about where did Batman go? Where did Batman go? 8 years. He's basically.
Now, did you get the impression? I didn't get the impression. Maybe this is me. Maybe I filled in the blanks, but I always got the impression that between movies, there were some more shit. There was some more adventures.
I would have gotten that sense if they hadn't given him the Joker card at the end of the first one, and then the Joker's the person he's dealing with right away in the second one.
It's true. He's like, him again.
So I'm thinking, how hard has it been for this guy, really, to be Batman? Now, his girlfriend was killed by the Joker. I get that. And they tell us after the fact that this is the reason why he got so depressed. Boo-hoo-hoo, he can't be Batman now.
He says that. He's like, Alfred, what was her name? Rachel. He's like, Rachel died.
Yeah. Your parents fucking died, Bruce, right in front of you. They were gunned down in front of you. That's the reason you started doing this thing.
You smelled the cordite.
You were
as a bullet ripped through your mother's fucking spine and pearls.
You're picking up the pearls on your hands and knees. That was the motivation behind it. Remember the mountain you climbed? Remember the blue flower? Remember all the stuff you went through? That was the motivation. Someone kills a girl you're fucking, and then you're called it quits.
I'm sorry, but they weren't fucking. That was the whole.
They weren't even.
At the end of Begins, like there's that moment in Batman Begins where, you know, he's about to jump off a roof or something like that, or a platform, and she's like, you could die, nobody will know who you are or what's your name or some such shit. And then, of course, rather than just being like, get this, I'm fucking Bruce Wayne. Isn't that nuts? I mean, I guess it makes sense because this shit looks expensive. And who the fuck has the money for this kind of shit but the only billionaire in town? But yeah, it's me, Bruce. Goodbye. And he jumps. He don't do that. Instead, he's just like, it's not who I am, but what I do that defines me. And then she's like, Bruce? Everyone has the same reaction, like Commissioner Gordon, too, like at the end of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
When he won't tell him either.
No.
Whole fucking world's ending, and he's got to get a fucking nuclear bomb out of here.
He's got one friend in the world.
The one guy. He's carrying a nuclear bomb. Seconds are ticking away. Rather than just being like, I'm Bruce Wayne. Isn't that fucked up? Goodbye. And taking off.
Instead, he becomes the Riddler.
Sometimes being a hero can be giving a coat to a kid who doesn't have a coat, and you let him know that the world's not coming to an end because you gave him a coat. And sometimes that coat comes from a certain police officer who has a big mustache and wears glasses.
Riddle me this, Jim Gordon.
He doesn't say, Jim, thanks for everything.
Thank you for what you did to me as a boy.
So the girlfriend dies, and that's what drives him into the room with the Willy Wonka cane, limping around practicing archery in his bedroom because he couldn't stand the girlfriend dying. The parents
not
dying.
Just the girlfriend, dude. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I know. What's that mean?
And not just Maggie Gyllenhaal, dude. Katie Holmes. Batman took 8 years off because Katie Holmes and Maggie Gyllenhaal disappeared from his life.
That's right. Tom Cruise is not going to stop making movies for 8 years just because Katie Holmes left him. He's going to keep working.
But what happens at the end of this movie? You wind up seeing him end up with a woman, with Catwoman. He's like, fuck it, man.
Apparently Batman's all about the pussy in the Christopher Nolan movies.
He's like, this is how I meet chicks.